I have Tim and Johnny here from the Common Animals. How are you all doing?
Oh, brilliant.
Really good, thanks.
Okay. Well, you guys have got a new EP out. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, it's called A Long Time Coming EP because it's basically been a long time coming. This is our third attempt at this EP. We've tried it with multiple producers and we finally found the one we work with best, and he works with us as well. And it's just the way we recorded it was just perfect. It's brilliant. It sounds brilliant, and he's a genius at what he does. And that's Terence Shepherd.
Okay.
And he's highly advised if you're going to do any recording of any sort. Doesn't matter what kind of music you do. He'll be the man to go to.
Yeah, it's red hot, this EP. It's only been out a couple of weeks as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. We recorded it at the back end of the year last year, as and when we could, and then it came out on I think it was the 11th of January.
Yeah, great stuff, and it's looking good. It's out on CD. You've got your CD looks like a record.
Yeah, it's like a vinyl.
Yeah, they're smart. I like those ones as well. So it's all looking good, and like you say, you recorded it back last year. I mean, was it difficult to pick the tracks you were putting on this EP? If you were only doing a few?
I mean, the main single pages was always a go-to song for us to get recorded because it's such a it's just an easy listening song. It's sort of it's rocky but poppy at the same time. It's just easy for anyone to listen to. So that was always an easy option.
Okay, and can you tell us a little bit about the band, like how long you've been going? And
it's about 2018, I think we got together.
It was the spring of 18.
Yeah. It started off with me and Adrian, just guitar, vocals, and drums, and then Tim was originally going to do second guitar parts, and ended up doing bass parts instead, which is handy because we were struggling looking for a bassist, and Tim stood up to the mark for that one. So
yeah, I taught myself bass to play in the band ultimately, but yeah. So we've been involved in music around sort of West and the Southwest for a long time, and we all sort of knew each other here and there. But and Johnny and I were in a band previously, but we'd not done anything together. But we took the opportunity to get together as a three, and the time's flown by since then. We've been working pretty hard on just establishing a big catalogue of material, and then the idea now is to get that recorded and to be able to go out and play that around here and wherever else the opportunities take us.
Yeah, I know, and sort of like you've got an alternative-y sound as well. Is that the music that you're all into?
I am. I'm actually really heavily into sort of metal stuff, the heavier side of things like Periphery and Lamb of God, that sort of side. But I'm also, I love Nick Kershaw.
Okay.
I absolutely, the sounds he gets. I mean, I try to get some sort of 80s inspired pop sounding stuff in there, especially mainly in the verses, just to sort of make them sparkle a bit more. But yeah, that's the sort of stuff I listen to. Is like that. Heavily influenced by a band called In Me as well.
Yeah.
They're a very big part of my life. So
yeah, I'm into all sorts of different stuff, and I think like most of our songs they're obviously really focused on being sort of guitar led and sort of rock tracks, but there's all sorts of influences at some point or other sort of come to the surface, and so there's poppy rock stuff, there's some heavier material that we haven't released yet. But it comes together quite nicely in the set, and so you end up with a set that's got something for everybody really. That seems to work quite well. Yeah,
and obviously at the moment you I mean, fair play to you. You've managed to get an EP recorded and out during these occasions, even though you've probably struggled to play live and get together. I mean, how have you managed to do that?
Well, luckily the 3 tracks we've done, we've been playing for quite a while, so that helped. We all sort of knew how we all knew the structure of the song. We all knew our parts. Little bits changed here and there during the actual recording process, but yeah, I mean, mainly it was just practicing at home most of the time. There was a couple of weeks we managed to get together when the lockdown sort of caved in a little bit.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, the majority of the time we were just playing at home.
Yeah, it's been really difficult. I mean, we were really lucky that we were able to get the drums recorded just at the right time when restrictions allowed, and because I think we've been helped by the fact that both Johnny and I use the Line 6 Helix system, so which is a bass player, having no great big heavy bass amp to carry around is fantastic. But it also meant that recording was easier because we could do that in wherever we were able to sort of safely do so, and we could get the finishing touches done in between restrictions and everything else. So it meant that it was a longer process than it should have been, because we had big periods where we just had to down tools and couldn't do anything. But we got there towards the sort of end of the autumn, and then we were ready to go for the new year.
Yeah. It's almost, it's funny because you look at TV shows now and it says like, this was recorded when it was safe to do so. You've almost got to justify it, haven't you?
That's right. I mean, Pages, Johnny mentioned that Pages is a song that we've been playing for quite a long time, and it was one of our very early tracks that we would play live. And I think the first gig we played at the Electric Banana in Weston, we played that song in a demo format, and so we've really been sort of playing around with it, changing it a little bit here and there, and so we knew exactly what we wanted to do when the time came. But fortunately, the time came just when everything else got a little bit difficult, and I think as a band it's been really frustrating. We'd done quite well in 2019. We were getting support slots up in Bristol, playing at some of the great venues like Louisiana, and then everything ground to a halt as we came into 2020. So just as we had a little momentum, we had to take a bit of a break, and I think that we used it to advantage and focused on the songs we wanted to record, getting them how we wanted them, and then as and when we could, getting that down so we could release it. And hopefully things will calm as quickly as possible this year, and we'll be able to get together, because we've plans for further recordings a little bit later on this year.
Well, that'll be good. And like having venues like the Electric Banana in Weston's quite important.
Oh, very important. Yeah, I mean, there's been quite a few venues disappear, unfortunately, around Weston. Even more so due to the COVID situation. But yeah, there definitely needs to be a few more venues. Would be brilliant for in Weston once all this malarkey's hopefully gone.
Yeah, and hopefully I mean, you've got somewhere to play in it. But having an EP out is quite a positive as well. So what, like you're saying, you're hoping to get recorded. What are you hoping to have lined up for this year?
Hopefully, by the end of this year, fingers crossed, will be our first album. Hopefully.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. With a couple of music videos as well, if we can get them done. If not, then we can just try and make our own video somehow, which seems to be what a lot of people are doing at the moment. They're just making their own videos, because it's the only way to get their videos out is to do them themselves, because obviously they can't interact with everyone at the same time, can they? So
no, you could all record your separate bits on Western Beach and make it look like you're together. Maybe that's the way. So record the guitar part, and then someone go down 24 hours later and record.
Unfortunately, my video editing skills are as simple as copy and paste.
We're pretty lucky that Johnny's written a lot, because Johnny sort of fills the role of writing a lot of the music and the lyrics for our stuff, and it works really well then as a band that we get together and arrange the songs as a team, and sort of make changes here and there. But Johnny has sort of very quietly gone about building an enormous catalogue of material, and so we're really lucky to have that to draw from for picking the tracks to go on our next sort of EP, and then, as Johnny said, hopefully our album. So there's quite a lot of stuff for us to work through. It's just a case of putting together something that we think fits best next to the as a follow-up to A Long Time Coming.
Yeah, it almost sounds like it could be a double album. This.
Oh, I think I've got about 4 albums in total ready to go. So,
God. Yeah, I mean that's going to be good. Is it difficult when you play live to pick a set and work out a set because you've got so much material?
It can be, because there's quite a few songs that I've written to play live that aren't completely up my sort of street.
Yeah.
That there's a couple of songs I haven't fallen in love with, but the other guys have. So sometimes they'll be, oh, let's play that song, and I'll be like, oh, do we have to? But it worked. They're normally the songs the guys pick are normally always good crowd pleasers. So I'll just go by their judgment most of the time. I'll just write the songs.
That's all right. So do they tend to act as the filters then? In other words.
Yeah.
I think one time or another we all filter each other, don't we? Really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, good. So I mean, obviously it's difficult at the moment, but it's nice that you all sort of tend to work well together and what have you, especially like playing original music as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I've been really lucky with these two guys because I mean, like, near enough everything I've written for the band, there's been no bad words about it at all, which is brilliant for my ego. But I mean, like, yeah, the two guys I'm working with at the moment are just superb at what they do. They do as they're told. It's brilliant.
Okay.
There's been songs that have started really. There's been songs that have started really heavy that have really changed once we've started putting it together as a band, and then it's gone the other way as well. So I think things sort of seem to evolve once we start playing it, and we will play a song in rehearsal until we're comfortable that we're getting it where we want it to be, and so things tend to naturally change over time.
Started out one way and they've ended a completely different song. But I like it when that happens. I like it when songs can evolve into something more to do with the three of us rather than just me having to write them all.
Yeah.
So
no, that's really good. So if people want to get, like the EP and want to get hold of it, there's hard copy out there. How do they get hold of that?
They can go to our Facebook page, it's Common Animals Band. You can message us on there. If you know us personally, you can just give us a message. Or you've got Spotify and Apple Music and other.
Yeah, hard copy can be done either in person locally, or we've also are able to package and post the EP. Cost of £5 posted if people want that sent out to them, and we can do that. We've got plenty to send out, and then obviously these days some people I know don't even have a CD player anymore and are all about the streaming and downloading. So we now have all of the EP up on Apple Music, Spotify, Amazon Music, and all the usual streaming services, as well as iTunes. So it's pretty much everywhere we could think of for people to have a listen.
Yeah, good. But it's handy if they can buy it.
Oh yeah.
That would be fabulous.
Yeah. Oh, lovely. Okay. Well, thanks very much for that, and really appreciate it. And hope people get out there and listen to the EP, or maybe buy it for you anyway.
Brilliant.
That's great. Thanks so much.
Take care then.